Grandma's house sat at the end of Whisperwind Lane, older than any other, its paint peeling and windows staring like dark eyes. People whispered about secrets, but no one spoke of the biggest one, the secret in the basement. My parents dropped me off for the weekend. "Be good for your grandma, Leo," my dad said. I loved Grandma, but her house always felt like it was watching me. The floorboards creaked, doors swung open on their own. Grandma had one rule: stay out of the basement, Leo. Her eyes would go distant. She never explained, just pointed at the thick, locked door beside the kitchen. The basement was a forbidden place, heavy with shadows and secrets. This weekend I was determined to find out what was hidden down there. The basement door seemed to pulse with mystery. The secret beneath the floorboards was calling, and I was ready to answer. The front door slammed shut behind me, echoing like a warning. Grandma smiled. "The old house is just saying hello, dear," but the air was cold, the silence thick. My eyes drifted to the basement door. Dark, imposing, locked tight. Grandma busied herself in the kitchen, humming off key. "I'm making your favorite, Leo, meatloaf!" But I couldn't shake the unease. The house felt colder, shadows stretched like fingers. Later, while Grandma gardened, I crept to the basement door. Up close, it was scarier. Thick wood, deep scratches, a metallic smell. I touched the rusty lock. It was ice cold. Pressing my ear to the door, I heard it. A faint, steady thumping, like a heartbeat. My own heart pounded. What could be alive down there? I pulled away, shivering. I hadn't imagined it. There was something in the basement, and it was waiting. The house seemed to hold its breath. I knew I couldn't ignore the secret any longer. That night I couldn't sleep. Shadows danced on the ceiling, every creak and whisper magnified. I kept thinking about the basement door, the cold lock, the thumping sound. Then, a noise from downstairs, a scraping, a low murmur. Grandma's voice, but not her usual cheerful tone. She was whispering to someone, or something. My blood ran cold. Was someone else in the house? I lay frozen, listening. The scraping stopped. Then, the unmistakable sound of a key turning in the basement lock. A faint line of light crept under my door. Grandma was going into the basement. The murmuring faded, drifting deeper, below. I waited, heart racing, until the light vanished and the house fell silent. Grandma's slippers padded back to her room. The silence was heavier now, filled with a new, terrifying secret. I stared at the ceiling, questions swirling. Who or what was in the basement? Why did Grandma go down there at night? I knew I had to find out. The next morning, Grandma acted perfectly normal, humming as she made pancakes. I barely touched my food, eyes glued to the basement door. After breakfast, Grandma announced, "I have to run to the store. You'll be all right, won't you?" My heart pounded. This was my chance. "Of course, Grandma," I said, trying to sound calm. She paused at the door, her eyes serious. "Remember the rule, Leo. Stay out of the basement." As soon as her car left, I searched for the key. Kitchen drawers, cookie jar, everywhere. Time ticked away. Then I spotted the spice rack. Behind the bay leaves, a brass hook held a single, old-fashioned key. My hand trembled as I grabbed it. The metal was cold, just like the lock. I stood before the basement door, key in hand. The house seemed to hold its breath. I knew I was about to break the one rule, but I had to know the truth. I slid the key into the lock. The secret was within reach. I turned the key. The lock clicked open. I hesitated, then pulled the door. Cold, musty air rushed out, thick with a metallic tang. Darkness yawned below, stairs vanishing into black. No light switch. I grabbed my flashlight, hands shaking. The beam cut through dust and cobwebs, revealing rickety steps. I descended, each step groaning under my weight. The cold deepened, silence pressing in. Stone walls glistened with moisture, the dirt floor uneven. The thumping was gone, only dead silence remained. My flashlight caught something on the floor. A rusty tricycle, a single shoe, a tarnished locket. Why were these things here? I moved deeper, heart pounding. The basement felt endless, filled with forgotten things. Every shadow seemed to watch me. I knew I was close to the secret. I pressed on. The basement was bigger than I'd imagined, crowded with sheet-covered furniture and sagging boxes. My flashlight flickered over old photographs. One showed a family in front of Grandma's house long ago, a girl who looked like young Grandma, and a boy I'd never seen before. The boy was in every photo, always beside her. I noticed a section of wall made of newer wooden planks, no handle, no hinges. I pushed. One plank shifted, revealing a hidden door. My heart hammered. This was the real secret. I squeezed through, flashlight trembling. The hidden room was colder, the metallic smell stronger. Bare stone walls, dirt floor, and in the center, a dusty tape recorder on a small table. A single cassette sat inside, ready to play. Who left this here? I reached out, breath held. The room felt like it was waiting. I pressed play. The reels spun, static hissed, a child's voice filled the darkness. The voice on the tape was a little boy. My name is Thomas. If you're hearing this, you found my room. Thomas, Grandma's brother, the boy from the photos. My sister Eleanor told me to hide down here. She locked the door. She said she'd be right back. The voice grew sadder. It's been long time. It's dark. The tape played on, the boy's voice turning desperate. Then, silence. The reels stopped. Suddenly a new sound, soft, rhythmic thumping, from the corner. A small shape moved under a dusty blanket. The secret wasn't just a memory, it was still here. The house on Whisperwind Lane would never be